Hi everyone, welcome back to Supreme by Sarah Pearl. I am your host, Sarah Pearl, and I am excited as usual to dive into this topic today. Before I get into it, I want to welcome my new listeners. Thank you guys for tuning in. This is Supreme by Sarah Pearl, where we are absolutely dedicated to your personal development journey, and we hope that this podcast serves as a valuable resource to you as you go along your journey. Also, I want to encourage you, if you're not already taking your personal development journey, I want to encourage you to start it, because you are here on divine purpose. And so we want to help you reach your maximal potential, whatever that looks like. The beautiful thing is that it is all within you, okay? And what we want to do here at Supreme by Sarah Pearl is bring that out, is help you to identify it within yourself and bring it out and put some legs to your newfound discovery, okay? So if you haven't already, please go to my Facebook and Instagram pages at Sarah Pearl Thomas. Those are my personal social media pages, and I post different types of content on there to help you on a daily basis. I also have a Facebook page and a YouTube channel dedicated to Supreme by Sarah Pearl, called Supreme by Sarah Pearl. So feel free to go subscribe and follow me there as well. Now, with that, let's get into today's topic. So for the past couple of weeks, we've been digging into the question that I asked in the first episode of, what kind of life are we living if it does not require God's divine intervention? Okay, now let me explain to you guys a little bit about what I mean by that question, because we all know that God is always with us. Like he's with us every minute of the day. He's protecting us when we're driving. He's shielding us and redirecting us and all these things in a divine manner, right? But a lot of the times, God can be small in our lives because of the lifestyle that we've chosen to live. Okay, let me explain. Okay, so a lot of the times we go to work, we come home, we make dinner, we may work out, we may hang out with friends, we may read a book. Okay, and yes, He is protecting us on the road to and from work. He is helping us identify, protecting us from the foods, like from any diseases that may be in the food, like whatever. Like He's protecting us like throughout our entire life. That is easy work for God. Okay. What I am suggesting to you is that if that's the only thing God has to orchestrate in your life, then there's no space for Him to show up and show out in your life, right? So and we're all here to strive for our maximum potential, but if you're striving for your maximum potential, then there's several pockets in your life where God can show up and do like miracles in your life. Like if you decide to that you want to run in the Olympics, then there's a lot of space for God to operate. There's a lot of space for God to put certain people in your life, a lot of different training opportunities. Like there's so many different ways that He can operate in your life in that instance. But because a lot of us choose to lead a status quo life, there's not a lot of space for God to do magnificent things that He wants to do in your life. And so that's what I mean when I ask you the question, what kind of life are we living if it does not require God's divine intervention? And so in this entire series, I've been identifying different characteristics in my own life when I wasn't living a life that required God to operate in a magnificent way. Okay. And so today we're going to dive into the third characteristic. So if you haven't already listened to the first two episodes, I want you to go back and listen to it, because those two episodes were talking about two of the characteristics I identified, but today is the third one. And it's going to be short and sweet because it's very straightforward. When I was living a life lack of vision, lack of direction, and spiritually disconnected, when I was living a life like that, I realized, and this is the third characteristic, that there are opportunities in front of me that I have not recognized. Okay, I remember reading somewhere. If I find the book, I'll definitely put it in the link. But I remember reading that opportunities exist in abundance around you. The only problem is that we are often distracted and out of alignment to realize or to recognize them. It's the same concept I know y'all heard like when you buy a new car, before you bought that car, you didn't see that car at all on the road, that make and model on the road. But as soon as you buy the car and you're driving in it, all of a sudden you begin to see all of the cars that you now have, right? It's because your focus has changed and it's different. Okay. And so that is the phenomenon here, that there are opportunities in abundance in front of you. All right. But because you're not in alignment with who you are and with who God is, then you miss these opportunities. Okay. Are y'all following me? Because that's a very important concept for us to grasp as we go along our personal development journeys. Like, can you imagine praying for something? Like, just imagine like you're in this situation that is devastating, like, and you need all of God's divine intervention, right? Okay, so imagine praying for something and God sends you 4 or 5 different solutions. Like the solutions walk right by you, okay? And you don't notice them because you were too focused on the problem. You're too focused on what had actually happened to put you in the situation in the first place that you couldn't see the solutions in front of you, okay, as they walk by. That actually happens to us on a daily basis. And what I mean when I say we have to be in alignment with God and our true selves to capitalize on those opportunities. When we are not living a life requiring God's intervention, I realize that there are more problems than there are solutions. Okay, so when I was in this predicament, okay, man, this had to be back in like 2015, 2016, and I was really trying to figure out like what the heck is going on. Like, I'm just going through my day-to-day, okay, just trying to figure out what I'm supposed to be doing. But what I realized is that there are so many problems in my life. So like there's so many problems and not enough solutions. But what I realized is that there are so many opportunities in front of me, so many solutions to my problems. Okay. If I just refocused my perspective from the problem to the actual solutions, then I will see the solutions right there in front of me. Okay. And so that's what I want to leave you guys with today. If you are not living a life that requires God divine intervention, then you'll probably realize, I guess one way to identify is that there are more problems in your lives than solutions. Okay. And so I love you guys, and I hope that you glean some insight from this series in general about making space for God and making sure that your life is requiring His full capacity to show up in your life. Okay. So I love you guys, and that's what I'm going to leave you guys with. Until next time, I'll talk to you soon. Bye.